Good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here again from M.E.s Orchids, and I've just made a bath of fertiliser, and that was the figures last time when I did all those figures, and this time of course I always use rainwater. Anyhow, the first reading, the TDS was only 49 and the pH was 8.05. Then I introduced CalMag and the TDS went up to 136 and the pH went up to 7.28, and I've used some pH down and it's brought it down to 6.37. So if I gently bring you across here, these are what I use. And that one, the deionised water I use in between to clean the pH meter and the TDS meter, which is behind there. And I've also put fresh hydrogen peroxide in this bottle, and that will come clear. That will all come clear in a minute or two. So I brought this big Rinco Cattleya RLC. Oh no, sorry. I will get it right one day. Here we go. And you see? So it's Cattleya Dusky Maid by RLC Bruce Randall. And this is the one that came last year with just bare rooted. And then I can't remember exactly when I changed it over to inorganic media. Could have been 15th of August. I know it's been a while, and some of these roots have started to travel down, but I don't know whether you'll notice that one. That's a new root. If we go around here, you see that's an original root there, but just tucked behind it. No, not that one. Bear with me a minute. Right, that's an original root. And that's one going down that way. That's an original root. I'm sure I found two. In fact, I'm almost positive. So, but these existing roots are now heading down. Oh yes, there's the other one. So that's a new root heading down. And this is just in this wicking method here. And this is in lava rock and grow stones. It's a big plant, and I have it sat on the south-facing windowsill, and I just have to watch the light on the tips of these leaves, that they're not going to get too much light. And I was looking this morning to see whether or not we'd got any new eyes coming, and if I bring you around this way, just tucked under there, don't know whether you'll see it, and you'll see there, down there, I've got a new eye coming there, and I've got another couple of new eyes, and the reason I'm just showing you this is because this doesn't get watered as frequently as the others, because of course it's bigger and it's got more media, but I've emptied my big sprayer, and I'm going to place this now in the remains of what was in the big sprayer down here. Okay, so I'm just putting that over there now, and one of the reasons I brought you back today, let me just see if I've got the right one. Now is it this one? Bear with me. Oh, it's this one. And I'll bring the camera up slightly if it'll allow me to bring it up. Slightly and go in. And let's just see if it'll focus for us. Is it going to focus? Right. It really doesn't want to focus, does it? But you'll notice there with that root, there are signs of mould. Not on any of the others, just on that one. So what I thought I'd do while you're here with me, I would just unpot this one before I introduce any more water, just to let's see why this has got mould, and that's one of the reasons I've got the hydrogen peroxide. So let's just move these two outer containers away. And, now will I have to bring you back down again now? Just so that you're going to see, maybe not quite that much, bear with me. Okay. Excuse the noise. Can you see that root there? That's what I've realised when you're doing semi-hydroponics. You will get some, if there's any breaks in the roots, like there is here, it will start to rot. So I'm going to just get my little tools. Right, now I've got them here, so whether I'll need it I don't know, but can you see there's definite sign of a little bit of mould there. But that root doesn't look too bad, you see. That root, believe it or not, can you see the end of it, is trying to transition. That one, you see, is no good. It's just come off. Alright, let's have a look. Can you see a little bit of mould under there? Can you see? Now, if you didn't check your orchids like I do, then these little things that happen would go undetected. Can you see there? Can you see that broken root there? But again, you see, we've got another root here trying to adjust. It doesn't have a bad smell. It just has a smell of, as I call my rainwater smell. You see that root there? I'm going to snip that one off. This one here. And you see this one here? I'm going to snip that off as well. Won't let me go any further back. I have to try and put these to one side, because what I don't want to do is reintroduce them back into the pot. Now this one, you see, I do believe that's transitioning quite well, that one. But we've got this area in between that break there and that break there, which is completely soft. Now, will it allow me to just pull that away? Peel it off, pull it away and peel it off. Because that's going to be no good at all. You see what I've done? That's the velamen, this is the root, and there's still enough in that root from this area to sustain this one here. Right, now let's have a look. There's that, you see that root that I said to you had got a bit of mould underneath. See, there's a bit of, actually that could just be, believe it or not, scrape it a little bit. That is the remnants of a piece of bark. Let's have a look here. You see again, and you see that root. But look, we've got a break here which has already gone soft, can you see? Then we've got, let's see a little, I'm going to take that little tiny bit off here, and let's take this bit off here, right down to there. And let's have a look if there's any more like that. So this is what I do, and it doesn't really matter whether or not they're in this new type of setup that I'm using, or really whether or not I would be transitioning them into bark. It doesn't really matter. You still have to check that your orchids are, you know, are transitioning without any problems. So let's have a look here, see if I've got another piece of bark there. You see that other piece of bark underneath. But otherwise, this particular one, even though it had got a bit of mould on that particular root, see that one's trying to transition, it actually isn't too bad at all. So what I'm going to do now is just spray this one. Excuse the noise, I'm just moving that further along. And you see that area where we've got an existing piece of bark remnant. Right. Okay, see that little leaf there? I'm going to snip that off. That's now the use and ornament. Let's have a look now. See, that's still firm, although it's discoloured. Okay. Right, let's just give it a spray now. And I should really have my gloves on because it does affect me, but and the reason I want to spray it is to get rid of any of this fungus that's forming. Sorry about that, I keep knocking the side of the tray. Yes, you can actually hear some of the hydrogen peroxide working. So I'm going to put that on one side. Right, now this is the other one. And while we're doing one, we may as well do the other, just to see how the roots are faring with this one. So let's just take it out. Now this one's been kept a little drier, but look at this. Just look at that. Can you see the mould there? Look. Alright, look at that. Loads of it. Loads of it. Okay, so we're going to take this little stick away now. There we go, you see. And we're going to have a look at this one now. Let's just have a look. Now what do you think about that? That's a goner. That's a goner. And what do we do when it's a goner? We have to cut it away. So, and if you look here, we've got another goner. Right, and then we've got a crack there. Can you see that crack? And then we've got another crack a little bit further up. So this is going to be cut right up here. Let me have a look now. Okay. There's that one root gone now. Now let's look at another one. Let's look at this one. Let's turn it over for you, so we get at the right angles for you. Right, now this one. Let's have a look at this one. That is a goner. Okay. Now, if you remember, when I first bought these home, they were in sphagnum moss, jam-packed into that tight little pot. And I've seen I've just pulled that bit off there. But I'm leaving, believe it or not, I'm going to leave that little bit. Just going to snip the end there. Let's have a look. And so these had been grown in sphagnum moss. Okay. And I've transitioned them into semi-water culture, which is a big shock for them. Now let's do apologise. Right, I've got to try and get. Right, what I'm trying to show you is all these roots here. Can you see this one now? Can you see? That's no good. That's no good at all. So that one's got to come off. And let's have a look here. Now, okay, we've got a root here that's transitioning, as I call it. Still got a black tip though. But there's every chance that will transition. But this bit here, soft. So I'm going to pull that little bit off. Okay. There, you see. We've still got a little black tip. It's a work surface. It's glass, so every time I put something down. Okay. Now that root is not bad. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at this one. You see that one? There's a little bit of discoloration there, and we've got a big break there. But I think we're going to give that a chance just for a little while longer. Now this is the one, and you see this one here, there. So what do? You see there's a big break there, and you see that big break there. Now is this worth saving? Because to me, you see, every root's worth saving if there's a chance that it could branch. Now let's have a look. You see, it's done nothing yet, and that one's done nothing yet. But we've got this big break here. But what I'm going to do is pull. I'm going to pull this dead velamen away. I'm not going to discard this root yet. It may well be that I will have to discard it, but at the moment it needs all its roots, and then that's it now. Let's have a look at this one. See, there's still quite a few cracks, and I've got bark residue where it's it must have originally been grown in bark, because if you look about that now, all this is bark. Well, this came packed solid with sphagnum moss. So this will be its third transition. No wonder they're struggling. Right, anyway, no more ado. Let's give this one a hydrogen peroxide. And we won't put that stake back in. I'll give it a good sizzling. Leave that one there. And let's have a look at this one. See, this one, this came with the other ones, only a tiny one. And that seems to be fine. Okay, so I'm going to just, if I can, just change the direction of the tray, simply because I want to put it back into this pot here. See, I get a little bit of build-up of salt on some of your inorganic media. But we don't have to worry about that, because that can always be flushed through. Now let's listen. I can't hear anything else now. So I'm opening this one. Now it's been sprayed with hydrogen peroxide. It'll go back in here. And then try and just manoeuvre this little cane down just a little bit. And then this is some of the media for this one. I just manoeuvre that down like that. I mean, I will actually, thinking about it, I'll probably finish the repotting off camera, but at the moment, let me have a look at what time I've got. At the moment, time seems to be fine. So let's put as much as we can in here. And then, I mean, as bad as the weather was yesterday here, it's been glorious today. And we've had brilliant sunshine. And it's been very enjoyable. Right. Okay, that's part way done. Let's see if I can attach that to this one. And then get a few of this media back in here. That'll just do for the moment. Just worried about time with the camera. So we'll put that one back there and we'll bring this other one here now. Let's see whether or not it's stopped fizzing. No, I can still hear a little bit of fizzing on this one. But let's put it back in here. I'm going to pull this cloth over because this is, I've got the media separate. So let's just, like with the other one, put some of these hydrogen balls back first, because they're the ones that will wick it up. And now I'm not going to water either of these, not for a couple of days, because I want that mould to dry well, the mould will have been extinguished by the hydrogen peroxide, but I want the roots just to dry a little bit. Before I introduce any more water in that residue. But so far the results are encouraging with the with the semi-water culture. But like I've been saying, your roots have got to be undamaged, they've got to be good. So any new roots that this Phalaenopsis orchid produces that go down into this media, they will be fine. It's these old roots that have got to adjust. And then, but once they've sent out new roots, that will sustain the orchid, and it should then settle down in its new media. There we go. Those are some of the lava rocks. So I'll just bring the camera up and show you the blooms. So these are the two little mini Phalaenopsis, and once I've put the rest of this mixture around the tops, they'll be fine. This is that big cattleya, and it's taking up all that nice fertiliser in there. So bear with me a minute. Now this is the area where I keep some of the cooler growers, and these are the ones, the Masdevallia, Coriacea, that I've split. Well, they didn't have any roots. I think this is the Pyxis. This is the Pyxis. And this one I've just shown you here, that's Pyxis. That's the one that I said it'd probably lose those leaves. That's Pyxis. That's Coriacea. And I've put that in the same mixture as Pyxis. Although I had that in live sphagnum moss, but it still didn't have any roots and I was a little bit worried. That Phalaenopsis there, that's fine, that's still transitioning, and that's got some sphagnum moss around it. And I'll just finish with this lovely little bloom here of this African violet. You wouldn't believe that, but it's grape coloured, and it's called Max Glacial Grape, and it's taken me 2 years to rebloom this, so I'm really thrilled about this. So I'm going to take my leave off you. This is the temperature downstairs, and until next time, take care. Bye bye now.